we are here at Bloodstock Festival. It's England and the sun is shining.
Aye, who'd have thought? Never happens.
Yeah, I know. It's a pleasant change in an otherwise, I've packed so many wet weather clothes and I've got here and I'm like, sunshine.
You've got to prepare for both of the situations at a festival. I mean, come on, usually they're always filled with mud and mud fights.
Yep.
That's usually what festivals are.
So true. And so, have you been able to do anything at all today, or have you? No.
No, we literally just got here, unloaded stuff. Everybody wanted food, so we just went and had some food and tea. You have to have your tea.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Most important.
Yeah. And well, I hope that you get to see something apart from just playing, but
Yeah, I mean, I was sad that we missed Evil Scarecrow, because know those guys, and they always put on a great show, and they're such great lads, so I was gutted we missed them. But as far as I know, Jordan and Jack are actually doing a DJ set at the Sophie stage right before we play, so I get
Seriously?
to hang out. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That will be fun.
Yeah.
I don't trust them at all.
You don't trust them?
They are sneaky little buggers, but they're very
like
good
to
at
cause trouble, but trouble is fun.
Yeah, and it's a fantastic slot for you guys today. It's just wonderful, and so many people are so excited about seeing you.
I mean, we've been looking forward to this gig probably as one of the biggest gigs for us this year. We had Sweden Rock, which was a big one, and that was great, but we always love it when we get to play the big festivals, and Bloodstock is one of the ones that the band loves to do. I think it's actually the second time. The first time they did it was in 2002.
Only the second time?
I think so.
That surprises me.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, it's up to the bookers to see who they kind of want to put on the slot. Yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, you guys, you are always the band that are cited as the example of bands that should have made it into something. You must be really sick of talking about that, actually.
Well, no. I mean, considering that I'm actually relatively new to the band in that sense, I don't mind talking about it. I think it's just how the history is, and you can't really change the past, but you can only try and work for a better future. So that's what we did with the new album, and trying to just make something that kind of reignites the fire.
Well, it seems to, the latest album, from what I've seen, fan reaction wise, it's hit everybody across the board, the older fans, the younger fans, new fans. It's just been fantastic.
Yeah, we've had some of the best press ever. To be honest, I don't think any of us expected anything like what we've had, and everybody's been loving it. Yeah, and it's one of those, we couldn't even pick out a favorite track, and we asked the fans, what's your favorite track? And it was so wide a variety of who preferred. I mean, for some reason Japan loves Wizard Sleeve. Don't know why they particularly love that, but they love Wizard Sleeve, which is kind of the joke on the album, and said we didn't even think anyone was going to like it. Some people like Bones, some people like Silence, a lot of people like All the Reasons You Live, etc. So it's just a very positive reaction that so many of the songs hit the right spot with a lot of the fans.
It's fantastic, and that is what you want. And I guess for you personally, if they had made it big before you came along, would you have been here today? What would have happened? So I guess for you, it's a bit of a...
No, absolutely. I mean, of course, the band, there's so much important history in this band, and they should have made it big back in the day, but it's just the way it is. And of course, well, if they had made it big, I might not have been in the band. You never know.
And what does it feel like stepping into a band that have got that much history and have got, they're linked with everybody. It's amazing. The band, they're so widely appreciated just across the board as influences for all the huge names around. What was that like for you to come into that?
Well, it was, I wouldn't say it was scary. The only thing I could do was actually just step in with a very humble idea of who Diamond was, and also respect the back catalogue, the songs, the history, and just try and do it all justice. With a band that has so much history, and with a legacy that Sean left with the band, and together with Brian, of course there's a lot of pressure, but the only thing you can do is try and just do justice for the fans. That's why I sing the songs the best way you can, and I don't want to try and sound like Sean when I'm on stage or anything like that. That's not my thing.
And it will never work either.
No.
It just wouldn't be right, and you wouldn't be true to yourself with that.
No, absolutely. I would probably just sound like a copy, but I try to sound like Diamond Head should sound. I think that's the best way to say it.
And so do you feel much much more of a personal connection to the songs that you have been more involved with, or were you so into the band beforehand that you feel as though it's all kind of you still?
I think I feel more personally connected to the songs I wrote, but the songs that I wrote them with a specific purpose. Because when we decided to make this album, we decided jointly as a band we wanted to make an album that was to follow the brief, as we call it, a checklist of what is Diamond Head, what was Light Into Nations, what was the core sound, and that included the lyrics. So I had to write lyrics in a style that had to fit with what the fans knew. So there was a certain recipe to it that we had to do. So I feel more personal in touch with that, but I try and make it personal as well when I do the back catalogue and the songs from way back in the day. Yeah.
Fantastic. It's always, they're just one of the most fascinating bands when you look into the whole history of everything.
Yeah.
They're one of the most unbelievably fascinating stories to look into, and it's incredible also though the reception at something like this. So many people are so excited by it, and that is wonderful.
That's fantastic. We don't know, we never know how many we're going to have over there. It is a fantastic slot. We get to kind of close the day off pretty much, which is a huge honor, and it's a huge honor to be on the Sophie stage for one. We were thinking, shit, Twisted Sister on main stage, and it's their final gig. Shit, we're going to have a relatively empty tent, but thankfully they have. I think we only go on about 15 minutes before they finish off. So
I think it's like an encore overlap, and that is it, really.
Yeah. So we hope that we will pack the tent out, but
I have no doubt that you will. I've had so many people talking about you that I think that's pretty much a foregone conclusion.
Well, that's fantastic. We really hope that that's going to happen.
No, it's going to be brilliant, and I'm actually going to be finished in time to come and see you, which is really exciting.
Get a pint.
Oh hell yes! But what's going to be next for you guys? 'Cause it seems to, from an outside perspective, that the last 8 months have really been the making of this kind of new life of the band, really.
Yeah, the last 2 years since I joined, was kind of as the label says, it's kind of a rebirth of Diamond Head, is how they kind of say it is. For us, we have a lot going on just with gigging. We are still trying to kind of promote the new album, and we're hitting the US and Canada in November, which is going to be great. And we are kind of looking towards starting recording a new album again. So we will probably start hitting the studio again in 2017, early, hopefully. So, there is definitely a new fire rumbling in the engines of Diamond Head. So,
and it seems as though you've really got the passion as well. Or is everyone like that with it now?
Yeah, definitely. I think Brian didn't really want to do a new album, and admittedly I probably kind of pushed him a bit, but we all thought give it a shot. But again, I think that's why Brian didn't, and the rest of the guys didn't think this would hit as well as it did.
Yeah.
So, but we will try hopefully to make an even better album in 2017, but we'll see if we can achieve that.
Brilliant. Well, I look forward to seeing that with bated breath.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking the time to chat.
Absolute pleasure.
No, it's been a great pleasure. And see you later on.
See you later.
Have a great one.
Cheers.